Well, hello. It is me, Loki. Who else is it going to be? One of these days I'm going to get somebody else to say hello. Haha! Spook everybody out. Anyway, hello. I thought I could distract myself from pain, as per usual, with another episode of Scarlet Hollow. And instead of hanging about, let's just crack on, shall we? I might need to change my headphones because these ones have me shouting a little bit. I think. We'll see. I had to wear my in-ear buds because reasons, medical. How are you, Ranter? Tell me how you're doing. You better be doing okay. Because if you're not, I'll kick your ass. Hello, Zethus. Welcome. I'm a bit shouty. I apologise. Again, new headphones. How are you today, Zethus? And welcome back. Threaten me with a good time. I said I would enjoy it. I never said you would enjoy it, Ranter. Oh dear. Anyway. I haven't done much today, but it's a weekend, so yeah, other than that, I'm tired. Yeah, I get that feeling. I spent 4 hours in the bath this morning reading a book just because pain and lazy. Ugh. What can I say? Anyway, who said you wouldn't? I said you wouldn't. I said specifically that you wouldn't, Ranter. Just, you know, keep that in mind. Anyway, shall we start? Two different audios going. So, we're going to continue this. I don't know how much we're going to do today. I'm hoping... Well, I'm not hoping. We will get at least one episode. And see how we get on. I might do two. I don't know. Depends how long I feel like being here today. Continue. This is the end of episode 1, episode 2. Wait. Sweet. Right. Now, before I start, is everybody comfy? Do you have your drinks and snacks? Does anybody need a bathroom break before we start? And that's a question for me. Do I need a bathroom break? No, I don't. Let's just go. If you'd like to continue with this World State in episode 2, please save your game now. Just because it asked me to and I'm a good girl. Solid on all fronts. Excellent. Let's go. Continue. Would you like to see a recap of episode 1? Yes, why not? It's a good way to start. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. The country ambience clashes terribly with the goth woman behind the counter, who has been eyeing you with something between curiosity and dawning horror. Oh my god. She was clearly trying to say it quietly, but of course you heard her. You're the only two people here. And then it emerges, an honest-to-goodness mountain lion, and there is something horribly wrong with it. It doesn't bother trying to hide now, leaping into the clearing with killing intent in its wide yellow eyes, ready to finish what it started. And then... Damn, nearly had the thing. Wait, a run-in? What kind of run-in? Was it supernatural? Like I said, you wouldn't believe it. Now put that damn camera away. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Bertie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence, as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. But then there is the deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it is gone. Oh my god, where are you? Welcome home. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. From the relative safety of your cousin's uncomfortable guest bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments, for now, you're safe and you're warm. Tuesday morning awaits. And before I continue, I'm going to change my headphones because these are annoying me and I don't want to be thinking about my headphones the entire time. So, 2 seconds. Hi, Caesar. I was wearing my in-earbuds, but I can hear my heartbeat. And I could also hear them continually sliding in and out of my ears. And I keep pushing them in, so that's not good. So it's got to be the over ears. It's got to be. Right, okay, I just tested that it worked. Yeah, no, they were... fuck, I need a hat. Fuck. I can't wear these without a hat. Hope you get to episode 3, it's your favourite. I hope to get to it as well. I kind of want to do a double episode. The thing is they're all right when I'm just listening, but when I'm talking, I can hear my jaw through my ears and I can feel them, and then they keep popping out, and I have to keep pushing them in, and it's going to irritate me more than anything. Sure, while I'm doing a lot of talking, we best be good. Right, Tuesday morning awaits. Wake up. You open your eyes. The sun has risen. The birds are singing. You're still alive, and for now, you're safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window and the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there, right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tangling into a knot of anxiety wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. You can't help but remember Duke slumped against a tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. Note, you can refresh yourself on the events of previous days by using the journal icon in the quick menu. Let's check on the opossum. I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but I feel like my voice is different without the in-ears, and maybe that's just me being overthinking. Anyway, you open the drawers to check in on the little opossum you met yesterday. Oh good, he's still here. That's nice. Pat the little man's, or leave the little man's. I want to pat the little man's. I want to pat the little man's, because if not friend, why friend shaped? You reach in to pat the little man's. He immediately plays dead. You leave him to his theatrics and close the drawer. Great. The doll didn't move during the night. Maybe it isn't haunted after all. Though, after everything you went through yesterday, it's hardly a consolation. You turn back to the rest of the room. Oh, that would be a good idea. I will be doing a replay, I have to. You creep towards the window, careful not to be seen by whatever might be lurking in the garden. For a second, you thought you saw movement. It could have been an animal. It could have been something else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. Maybe you'll head out there and investigate after you've finished waking up. Text Stella. It's probably a good idea to check in with your new friend. You can't imagine she's holding up very well. Yo, what up? Hey, how you holding up? Hi. Send a picture of a tired cat you found. Nah. Hey. Might take her a minute to get back to you. In the meantime, get dressed and head down to the kitchen. Time to start your day. I played with it on my first playthrough, but I feel like that was a mistake since it made my runs after that feel empty in a way. Aww. You're back in the kitchen. Frou-Frou eyes you from her favourite spot on the counter. Excuse me, ma'am, but may I pet you? May I pet your beautiful fur? Part of you hopes that flattery might win her over, as silly as that might seem. You are, after all, talking to a cat. Frou-Frou merely flicks her tail faster. It doesn't look promising. Hey. You sure took your time getting up. Hey cuz, it's like 8 AM. I'm not going to tell her I watched a man die last night. I had a really rough night, can't you cut me some slack? I'm sorry, what's your plan for the day? It's like 8 AM. Oh no. I had a really rough night. Can you cut me some slack? Please? No. Oh, bitch. It's not my fault that Stella got you all worked up, and I'm late enough as it is, so listen up. I wanted to make sure I relayed this message in person, in case you decided to ignore my text again. I don't want any repeats of last night. From now on, no running around in the woods after dark. It's dangerous out there. You could fall down a cliff. You could get stuck in a hidden cave somewhere. You could get lost in the woods and never be found. Just because nothing happens here doesn't mean it's safe. And just because Stella spends a lot of time in the woods, it doesn't mean that she'll keep you out of trouble. I want you home by sunset from here on out. I tried being home by sunset. I was attacked. I'm sorry, but what you're doing is no, she's not. It's not. See, this is the thing, right? It's not unacceptable because she knows this. She knows this area. She knows this well. So it's not. Maybe the way she's saying it is unacceptable, but what she's doing isn't. What is up with you and Stella? How aren't you the boss? How can you be late? No, because you set an example. Can I hang out with you today? I don't want to be by myself. What is up with you and Stella? We just have a history, that's all. I don't need to explain myself to you. Aren't you the boss? How can you be late to work if you own the mines? Just because I own the mines doesn't mean that I don't have responsibilities. If I'm late or if I don't show up, then things aren't done right. Can I hang out with you today? I don't want to be by myself. At the mines? No. Oh. It says explore. It says explore. I tried getting home by sunset. I was just attacked by a mountain lion. Then get home before sunset. That's a fair answer. Sure, whatever. I'm late enough as it is. I'm going to work and I expect to see you here at sunset. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset! Your cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak and slam of the front door as it opens and closes behind her. I'm sorry if I jump scared you, sorry. Once again, you are the only human in the estate. A text from Stella. Hey Moki, thanks for checking in. Hope you're alright, all things considered. I'm doing okay, not great, but hanging in there. Up most of the night on cryptid forums, but no good answers yet. I'm at the library. I'm at the library if you want to join. I have scones. Scones? Say no more. I didn't even look at the rest of the answers. Hi Mark. And that's that. It's time to start your day. How are you, Mark? Make a PB&J. Ah, but I'm going to get scones. Right, no. Investigate the... No, but I want a PB&J. Make a PB&J. Sure, still I might have scones at the library, but scones are later. PB&J is now. You quickly scrape together the ingredients and gobble up a delicious breakfast. I'm visualising how I would interact with Tabitha. It's very not me. Oh, the volume's gone back up. Sorry, the game audio's gone back up to -8 instead of -12. Hang on. How is that? Okay, the game is back down to -12. I don't know why. Because I shut OBS. I didn't fix the macro thingy, the thingy that sets the volume from. I just click play and go. But yeah, it went back up to -8, and because we adjusted it yesterday, remember? Must make note for ourselves. Right. And that's that. Investigate the garden. As your eyes wander to the garden door, you shudder, remembering the brief glimpse of something you saw from your upstairs window. It was probably just the raccoon, but the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you and compels you to investigate it, if only to prove that it was nothing. At the very least, you don't see anything now. Investigate further, or hell no, I'll go back inside. Investigate further. You wander further into the garden, trying to pinpoint the spot where the thing had been lurking, if indeed there had been a thing to begin with. The garden is peaceful, but undeniably eerie. Here, more than anywhere else, you're surrounded by the ghost of what this place used to be. A greenhouse sits in the midst of the overwhelming greenery, unreachable from years of neglect, its glass clouded and cracked. Statues reach out from within seas of weeds as if begging to be rescued. And more strikingly, behind a pair of rusted metal gates, at the very peak of the mountain, sits a graveyard. You can just make out a few of the headstones, the scarlet name carved deep and proud into their faces. You notice what a good view someone would have of your window if they stood where you're standing right now. You crouch down, pushing aside the greenery to examine the soft earth. A bootprint. A big bootprint. And what looks like some kind of viscera. Your thoughts turn to the spectre from the night before. You snap a quick photo just in case it comes in handy later. You keep it to yourself for now. No need to cause any worry just yet. You head back inside. Time to figure out what to do with the rest of your day. Tabitha's right after last night. The last thing you need is to be sucked into more adventures. Nah, fuck it, head to town. Tabitha isn't here to stop you now. You head outside, back to the mountain path that leads to town. The walk back to town is much less pleasant today than it was yesterday, when you didn't yet know that the woods were full of monsters and strange men who know your name. You stare anxiously into the darkness between the trees, searching for any signs of movement. But the woods are still, at least for now. The autumn-tinged mountains, sprawling for miles in every direction, now feel less like beautiful scenery and more like the walls of a cage. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. Look who I found at library. Said she was up all night thinking about the video, adding you to a group text. I'm only here 'cause it's quieter than the store, or was, lol. And I'm trying, I can't say lol. Fuck it. Or was lol. And I'm trying to figure out what animal that could be. Am I old? Yeah. I don't buy into this harbinger of doom stuff. We know what animals they are. They're ditchlings and they are harbingers of doom. Sounds like they're having fun. Dang, I need those scones! On my way. Lol, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll be there soon. Can't wait to solve this mystery. Ditchlings aren't real. Send a heart emoji. Thought I told you I'm out. Don't reply. On my way. I mean, scones are scones, but I've had better. Almost back to town. You make it to town in one piece. No creatures jumped out at you. No scary men blocked your path. The sight of other people is comforting, helping you forget the things you've witnessed as if they happened to someone else. I've had a friend in school 25 years ago that didn't laugh. He just said lol. Don't, Pickle did that. There was a brief period of time where Pickle said lol. Whenever he found something funny, he just went lol. And I had to look at him like, what the fuck? He's grown out of that now, thank fuck, but you know, let's just move on and pretend that never happened, right? Oh, hey Moki! We were just talking about you. I stopped by Sybil's to pick up her new tea blend and, well, you're the biggest thing to come into town since the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. Yeah, don't say I'm the biggest thing that's come up to... You went out with Stella last night, right? Did something happen out there? She barely even waved when she walked by. Geez, nosy much? I hardly know ya. No, I'm gonna have to lie. Duke had a... People are gonna know he's dead. We bumped into Duke a couple of times while we were out there, and he had a hunting accident. Wait, whoa, what? Is he okay? No. I'm afraid Duke is no longer with us, Avery. Holy crap! Can't believe this is the first I've heard of it. Has anyone told Beau? Yes, he's taken it as well as you can imagine. I'll be going up to check in on him today, the poor lad. Can't believe you had to see that, Moki. Tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. How about you swing by the diner? When he can fix you some of Sybil's new blend and try to calm your nerves. I mean, and I'm sorry to make this comparison, even I hate it, it's just like when... No, I'm good, I'm joking. Get in that fucking corner, Ranta! It's is it Shaga and lemon balm. It always helped me on the bad days. And if you need to talk about what happened, I'm all ears. Anyways, it's up to you. See you around, Milky. See you, Sybil. There is no amount of apology that can make up for twilighting in my chat. Thank you. Take care now, Avery. I see you're a private person. I can respect that. You never know how someone might respond to hearing the truth of what you encountered last night. I better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning. If only to see how you were holding up. Please, don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of any help. Ranter, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. I forced Zizu to watch the entire fucking lot of the films because he had never seen them. And how can you mock something if you haven't seen it? Street smart and mystical. Lady, you're not fooling me. You've got an aura like I've never seen. Be honest, are you a witch? We both know there's something horribly wrong about this place. How are you so calm? Lady, you're not fooling me. Take a menu option that requires 2 traits. I got an achievement. Lady, you're not fooling me. You've got an aura I've never seen. Be honest. You a witch? I'm flattered to be asked, but really, I'm just an old lady who learned to listen when the world is showing me its secrets. Whether that's the properties of this leaf or that mushroom, or about the things that go bump in the night. I'm so sorry to cut our conversation short, but I've got things that need tending to. Stay safe, Moki, and God bless. Blech. You probably have a bit of time before you need it at the library. Swing by the general store. A young man sits at the table by the register, too preoccupied with his phone to care that you've stepped in. Offer him your boiled peanuts! The young man looks up at your now quite pungent bag of peanuts, curls his lip in disgust, and returns to his phone. I do not blame him. What you doing on your phone? Games. You probably haven't heard of them. Screw you, kid. Hi, I'm Moki. I just got to town yesterday. Yeah, I know. Mom told me. What's your name? Miles. Okay, Miles. If I want to buy chips or something, did I talk to you or... Miles sighs. I guess, yeah. Kanika decided to skip work today, so of course whatever plans I had didn't matter. Just take the chips, I don't care. Wouldn't that be stealing? If Kanika cares about running this place right, she can hire someone else and let me live my life. We make most of our money in bulk orders anyway. A bag of chips doesn't make a difference. Hell yeah, thanks for looking at Street Smart or on paper. Hell yeah. Thanks for looking out, man. You grab a bag of salt and vinegar chips from a nearby shelf. It will sustain you in the coming days. Don't know why I said that all creepy, I'm sorry. Right on. Do you know how to get to the mines? Maps are free. You take a map of the town. The mines are a couple of miles away. But you now have the power to visit your cousin of your own free will. Sustenance. You should leave town. There are monsters in the woods. You've been talking to my mum too much. See you, Miles. Miles doesn't respond as you turn and leave the general store. Steal from the general store achievement. Swing by the diner. You head towards the diner. Yeah, sorry. The diner is a little quiet today, but the air is still heavy with the tantalising smell of breakfast. Warn the patrons of the danger! Not talk to Avery. You slide into the booth across from Avery. Hey there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie sidles up, a fresh mug of tea in hand. Heard you might need this. And don't worry about paying for it, the funeral has you worried plenty already, I bet. And the answer to 29 down is oink. What? The clue is pen sound. How is that what a pen mate? It's a pig pen. Pen like pig pen? Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that? Well, I fucking guessed that. I don't know why you even bother with those things. They're just going to frustrate you. Like, it's just something to do to fill the time. But maybe I should switch to Sudoku. Don't. It'll steal your life. Winnie leaves Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. So, what the hell happened last night, really? You can tell me, I won't judge. I'll try my tea first. The man in the far back corner clears his throat as you bring the cup to your mouth. Don't mind Julius. I don't think he drinks anything other than coffee. You take a gentle sip of your tea. Sybil was right. You can already feel it begin to ease some of the strain and tension from last night's events. Colour me impressed. Not a lot of folks take to Shaga so quickly. What if you don't believe me about last night? Well, I'm not here to judge, I'm here to listen. I'm going to tell her. You share everything. Glad to have someone to talk to about the horrors you've witnessed. Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. Monsters in the woods? I've never heard of anything like that around here. I mean, I know I haven't been around that long, but I feel like that's the kind of thing people would talk about. How exciting. I hadn't pegged you as a transplant. Where are you from? I moved here from Charlotte something like 3 years ago now. Maybe a little more? I've lost track. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job, and who was I to pass on that sort of generosity? To be honest, still feels like I just moved in, you know? Practically everyone apart from the coal folk grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. Don't get me wrong, folks here are plenty polite and friendly, but there's a shared history I'll never be a part of. Why'd you leave Charlotte? If you don't mind me asking. Nah, it's cool. I was having some issues with my folks about my education, which wasn't great, especially since I was still stuck under their roof. When Martin heard about it, she offered me a job and a place to stay, and the rest is history. Do you regret moving here? I don't think I have the choice to have second thoughts. I'm not going anywhere without Aunt Winnie, and there's no way she's leaving this place. And I've found my place here, I think. I can't say I feel like uprooting anytime soon, so maybe I think that means I like it well enough. Shouldn't uproot too often anyway. Stresses out the plan. I get it. I felt out of place the whole time I've been here. I haven't yet. No. It's not like it's terrible, right? But there's a feeling like people are looking at you longer than they should. Town of nosy assholes, if you ask me. The muttering came from the man in the back booth. He straightens his newspaper, hiding behind it as if pretending he hadn't just weighed in on your conversation. Says the guy who was listening in on other people's conversations. Maybe you're one of those nosy assholes, huh, Julius? The man continues to hide behind his newspaper. Did you see all of this was exciting? The man's dead, Avery. Exciting doesn't have to mean good. But nothing ever happens around here. Like, don't get me wrong, okay? It's awful that you and Stella had to go through all that, definitely. And I feel for Duke's family, but it really gets the adrenaline pumping. I mean, in a situation like that. My coffee's out. Oh no, and you've only had 5 cups today. However will you survive? Kid, I'll be a second, Julius. Okay, looks like I better get back to it. Hope you're feeling a little better. Maybe the Shagger's had a chance to start working its magic. Oh, but before I go, I'm throwing a party this weekend. Nothing fancy, just a little get-together. Avery grabs a napkin, pulling out a pen and quickly scribbling something on thin paper before handing it to you. That's my place. Come by any time after 6 on Saturday. It's almost Halloween. Didn't seem like anybody else was going to throw one, so I stepped up to the plate. Though if you didn't come prepared with a costume, don't worry, I'm sure I can convince the bouncer to let you in anyway. Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly half wave before disappearing into the back. I see a few of them things up near my place, you know. Bullets do 'em just fine. The man hides behind his newspaper, clearly uninterested in saying another word. You leave the diner ready to continue your day. Head to the library or visit my cousin. Now, I don't know about this. Because I want to get to know Tabitha, but I also want to continue the adventure with Stella and Kanika. But Tabitha, there's something there, right? There's definitely something there. And fuck me, sideways! Fuck me! You remember when I changed the volume? I changed the volume from -8 to -12. Well, see, when I was fucking about, because Ranter decided to be all moron with the Twilight, and I switched the scenes, the volume went back up. So all your answers lie forwards. Maybe. Interesting. Also, just fixing my volume again. I'm going to go to the library, I think. Yeah. You enter the former town hall. What once might... start again. What once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Ah, hey, you made it! Shush Stella and point at all the books before heading at the table. Settle in with Stella and Kanika. You head over to Stella and Kanika's table and settle in. You made it! Glad you could join us. Morning, Moki. You look tired. Snitch on Miles. Yeah, the estate isn't the easiest place to get a good 8 hours. It was hard to fall asleep last night, all things considered. I'll sleep when I'm dead is what I usually say. I'm pretty amped up. Actually, I've never done a Scooby-Doo before. Kanika, you can't just tell someone you look tired. Yes, you can. Do it all the time. I'm going to snitch on Miles. Ah, before I forget, I met your brother Miles. He made me take chips without paying for them. Moki, you can't just snitch on someone like that. Well, I can because I like Kanika. I asked him to cover the store for one day and he can't even be bothered to do that? Typical. I'm paying him, you know. It's no wonder he's chronically unemployed. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Before you dig in, you remember the bootprint you found in the garden. Show your photo to Stella and Kanika. I found something in the garden this morning. You hold up your phone and show Kanika and Stella the photo you took in the garden. These prints were in the bushes with a clear line of sight to my window. Dang, that's creepy. You okay? What is that liquid around it? It looks like pus. Those boots are too big to be Tabitha's. Can't say I'm thrilled at the thought of someone watching my room. I don't know if there's a connection here, but it felt worth bringing up. Right, so I don't know if there's a connection, but it felt worth bringing up. They are too big to be Tabitha's, but she could be wearing different boots just to freak me out. So I'm going to say this. I don't know if there's a connection here, but it felt worth bringing up. Do you think it could be that creep we saw outside of the general store last night? He knew your name, and those boot prints match up with the mining get-up. Well, apparently I missed a lot last night, huh? You're not talking about Wayne, are you? That guy keeps coming to my mum's tea room. I think there's something really wrong with him. Yeah, the dog's freaking me out, Caesar. Yeah, we are. I wonder if there's any connection between that guy and what happened in the woods last night. Like what? I mean, I don't have anything specific, but we do have that whole prophecy of impending doom angle to explore, and this photo is weird. I can't stop thinking about those splatters on the ground. If whoever left those prints is sick, maybe it's from the creatures he encountered. Hey there, strangers! And literal stranger. Offer him your boiled peanuts! I'm sorry, I can't help it. You extend your bag of peanuts to the librarian in a gesture of friendship and good faith. I don't know what to say. Is this a gift? No, I'm allergic to peanuts. I mean, not seriously allergic, but they give me a rash. Hey, Oscar, this is Moki. You know, Tabby's cousin? I should have known you were a Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left. But that Scarlet resemblance, it's strong. I'm Oscar Gutierrez, Chief Librarian and, well, only librarian. Oscar's amazing. He practically built this library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. I don't know how good they got it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple of shelves of boring books donated by old people. Y'all are too kind. But speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? Rosalina, sorry. I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. You know the crowd she hangs around with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. Kids are smarter than you think. She can take care of herself. Or, what's the old Maxwell place? It's this great old abandoned spot, and it's practically a magnet for young people. Even honour students aren't free from its call. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors there were like Swiss cheese. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. Kids are smarter than you think. She can take care of herself. Oh, I don't like the look she's giving me as I said that. The fucking dog. You might not want to let her run off like that anymore, though. It's not as safe as it usually is around here. Is that so? Kanika's right. There's some weird stuff going on out in the woods. That's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of creatures called ditchlings? They apparently show up around places on the brink of disaster, and they kind of look like if the Pillsbury Doughboy was a creepypasta. Kanika's mum told us about them last night after seeing some footage we got in the woods. Ditchlings? Nah, doesn't ring a bell. Ah, dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disasters the region typically falls prey to. Should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. Gonna go nab some more books. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. No, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit, old cow. Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, throw leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. I'm pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in those woods. I'm going to go with the mystical answer. Do you really not feel where all of this is going? The moment their whispers made their way to me, it's like everything started to click into place. I reckon it is coming for this town. I'm going to try calling Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine, really. Don't mind Moki. She's been hanging out with Stella too much. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble. And we'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Moki, if you see a 13-year-old girl with a black braid and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. Got him! Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. Alright, this is going to be so much faster with the two of you here to help out. Got our snacks, got our books, let's get this research party started. Reading awaits. Oh god, now I've got to read them. Explore Veins of Scarlet. Flip through Silas Scarlet, Soldier, Woodsman, Leader. Flip through Oh shit. Appalachian Folk Monsters? Because it's not Appalachian, or it's Appalachian? Appalachian. Fuck's sake. Reading is for suckers like Kanika is still doing the work for you because you can't say a fucking word. I'm going to take a drink. It's Appalachian, right? Thank you, Rana. I was sure it was Appalachian, but then I saw the I and I was like, oh, that sounds like Ian. And Did I tell you I'm an overthinker? Have I mentioned that before? Fuck it, let's pick the hard one. Appalachian Folk Monsters. A few entries catch your eye. Often linked to Cherokee legend, some cite the Wampus Cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of the region from its evil. Others say the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. Tommyknockers, that was a great book. Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that could be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick, and it ran back through its hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. "Guess this'll have to do," he said to his dog, and he threw the tail in a pot to cook a soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot in the covers where he'd been. And in the gloom, he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. "I want my taily bow." A high, hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. "Go away," he screamed at the thing. It stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging across hardwood accompanying its movements. "I want my taily pole," the creature growled again. "I'll get my dog after you," the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear. But there was no dog to be seen. "I want my taily pole!" Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leaped from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney standing alone in the woods. "You're done here." You close the book and put it back. Veins of Scarlet. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as a captain in the Confederacy, Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest two sons to the bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet Estate that was until 1895, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Apologies, I'm trying to take my socks off while I'm talking. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918. It was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son Theodore, his brother Enoch V. Scarlet, who had taken over for their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So this is how your family made its fortune. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818, one of 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks, in part due to his father's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness, for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. But it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10, Silas, his wife Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. You're finished with this one. I think I'm all done, let's check in. Alright, if we're gone with what Kanika's mum told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters as what brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? A cat! Oh, I've got hiccups. Before he can respond, a handsome black cat leaps up onto the table. Almost on instinct, Stella slams her book shut. Hey Pixel! You might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can find. Don't worry, little guy, I didn't forget your treats. Pixel immediately goes to town on Stella's treats. There's a sentence. Sorry if Pixel's bothering you. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. Why do you let a paper shredder freely wander a library? Gretchen is just so derp. Yeah. Have you seen this little guy's face? How could I say no to that? Leave Pixel be. The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. Alright, I better get back to shelving. Let me know if you need anything. Any luck with Rosalina? I'm putting my aircon on. If it makes too much noise on the microphone, please tell me. And I'll turn it off. Not yet. I knew a teen would be a handful, but I didn't think it'd happen overnight. I'll probably head out once you're all done and check in on her usual haunts. Stella, what was that you were saying about nuclear incidents? You were talking about that Goldsboro thing, right? Ha, yeah. Apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up mid-air and dropped a couple of bombs, like you do. Fascinating bit of history there. The first of the two bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. At the time, though, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but it later came out that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch, which failed to trigger on the descent. 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Right, its conventional explosive disintegrated in mid-air, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up. I don't think disarming nuclear bombs is part of our skill set. Absolutely not, and there's no way a nuclear bomb made those things. I'm just saying, you never know with radiation. We actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters. And a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I've missed this. Talk about that. So, Appalachian folk monsters. Do you think the ditchlings are Tommyknockers? What with the whole warning thing? Good thought, but Tommyknockers live in mines, like that's their whole thing. Got to write it down though. Tommyknockers are literally just the sounds that happen when a bunch of rocks and wood are about to collapse. Are they? Or are they the sound of a mysterious creature pounding on the rocks and support beams with hammers to cause a collapse? There's simply no way to know. Wampus cats kinda sound like they could be mountain lions. Voice like a woman crying out, somewhere between a person-sized and cat-sized. Definitely, they are 100% mountain lions. Kinika, you know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. The legends just haven't died off yet. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal, sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, started as a prank. Then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out, and now here we are. You'll eat those words when I get first clear footage of a Bigfoot. If you manage that, I will print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it, I promise. It's weird how your accent picks so well. Why, thank you. I'm holding you to it. Stella, I was literally attacked by a mountain lion yesterday. Holy shit, you were? So you say, but for all we know, you were attacked by a ditchling, which you mistook for a mountain lion. Stella, are you really saying that my mum's magical grub monsters are real and cougars aren't? Sure, we have video evidence of your mum's magical grub monsters. Unluckily for you, I filmed it attacking me. You take out your phone and show Stella and Kanika your extremely shaky footage of yesterday's mountain lion encounter. That is definitely a mountain lion. Yeah, I guess. And it looks like it got all ditchlinged in the face. But why were you filming? To leave a record of my untimely demise for whoever found me. Fair enough. So I guess that solves the mystery of the Appalachian mountain lion, huh, Stella? Okay, fine. I yield. Okay, let's move on before I lose what is left of my pride. My mum used to tell me that Telepo story back when I was little. Can't believe I forgot that one. Scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might try and dig it out my stomach if I had. Ha, I loved that one. There's this old chimney in the woods that I used to think was the chimney from Telepo. The one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know that's just because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from the Telepo. I've camped out there a couple of times and I've seen some pretty spooky stuff. Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons! You're gonna get rabies one of these days chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Let's move on. I feel like old folk tales and stuff like that just fits. I would love to read stuff like that. I would. You just need more confidence and proper correct stories. Do I think there's a cult? No, I don't want to talk about that yet. The Veins of Scarlet. So about the coal mines here. Kanika visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work up there, because I could never. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevasse. I'm sure you do, Stella. What happened after the mine collapse? The book kinda just glosses over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's not a whole lot written about past century here. Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. I'm sure Tabby runs a mine better than Charles Shaw did. Still hasn't let the union in though. There's a reason she and I don't talk. Oh, I want to know why you and Kanika and Tabby don't talk. What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? Wayne seems to... I need to go back to explore. A union busting mine collapse from poor working conditions. Colour me shocked. Yeah, it's pretty awful. That's what the sculpture out front is for, commemorating all the men and children who died that day. Every kid in Scarlet Hollow learns about the collapse of 1918. Our teachers love to emphasise how many children they had working down there, probably to try and show us how good we have it or whatever. Low bar if you ask me. You know, that could be what the ditchlings are warning us about. Another collapse. Writing it down on a list of possible potential disasters. Yeesh, Stella, that's morbid. And besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labour market is way more strict now. There's no way you could get away with the kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. Y'all don't actually think the mine is about to collapse, right? No, I don't think so. Had me worried for a second. I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, a horrible thought. You never know. You guys seem to really have a bone to pick with Charles Shaw. Oh fuck, I keep swapping words. You guys really seem to have a bone to pick with Charles Shaw. That's what happens when someone directly causes a monumental disaster, especially in a small town like this. People tend to spit when they hear your name. He got run out of town on a rail, you know. And that's not a figure of speech. Back then they actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town. There's a big mural over it on the far wall. He got off easy if you ask me. What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? Wayne seems sick. Honestly, that sounds like one of the most plausible explanations we've had so far. What about the ditchlings? I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of parasite down in the mines. Maybe it infected Wayne, and maybe Wayne infected the local wildlife. Yeah. That could work. So, Silas Scarlet. Which one? No, Explorers. Rich guy in the south, I should have known it would be pretty. Yeesh, if I figured old money from the south wouldn't be great, but he, sure did some things to get where he was, huh? That book is a perfect example of why you should use multiple sources for your research instead of trusting the first thing you read on a subject. Yeah, dude was a monster. Mines made a lot of money during the Civil War, and you can probably guess which side a North Carolinian business owner would be working for. Sorry you're related to him. Me too. He seems like a terrible person. This town is stuck in the past, it's really... Oh! Do you think the ditchlings are here for retribution? That seems... tenuous. Assuming Kanika's mom is right, they're here as an omen, not because they're going to do something themselves. And I think we know how I feel on the matter. Do you think there's a cult? Fuck it. You lean in and quietly whisper to Stella and Kanika. Do you guys think that there's like a cult here? Maybe the ditchlings were actually just doing some sort of... Maybe the ditchlings were like summoned as part of a ritual or something like that. Seems unlikely. We should check out the mines. I think we should head back to the woods. Why don't we just help look for Rosalina? I think we should help look for Rosalina because that's a young kid out there and we know that there's danger out there. So why don't we help? If there's a missing kid in town, that's probably way more important than whatever else we'd be doing. Just to clarify, I don't think she's missing. She's just out with her friends and ignoring her poor old man. Not that I don't appreciate your concern. I don't even know where we'd look aside from the old Maxwell place. What do teens even like to do these days? You don't have to worry about checking up on her. I'm going there myself once I've finished shelving. Just let me know if you run into her while you're out. There's an awful lot of mine-related stuff in my notes. Maybe that should be our next stop. We can poke around, find out if anyone's seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you're suggesting we go to question some of the miners? We are not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Right? Yeah, totally, 100%. I would never. We don't even have a good reason to go down there. Good. Let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. I promise, Neeks, we're just going to question some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us good reason to poke around, say, a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I am not going underground. I'm just messing you, we'll stick to the surface. And hey, Maybe we'll luck out and run into Rosalina while we're looking around. Okay, good. Hopefully we can find out what's wrong with Wayne while we're at it. We were always going to wind up in the mines. I get it. It doesn't really matter what I say here. We're going to go along with your plan. Ooh, that's a bit bitchy. Right, let me see the rest of the answers, because I've been kind of picking the first few. For the record, this wasn't my idea. Do we have to? This seems like a lot of work. Maybe Tabitha can help us out? Doubtful. Finally, the opportunity I've been looking for to get to know Tabitha. I'm sure Tabitha's going to love that we're snooping around. Alright, but let's try and stay under the radar. Awesome, let's roll. Nah, fuck it. Mystical or street smart? We were always going to wind up in the mines, or I get it. It doesn't really matter what I say here. We're going to go along with your plan. I'm going to go with mystical because that sounds less bitchy. We were always going to end up in the mines. Well, that's kind of ominous. I'm a little worried about Tabitha. She's not exactly going to be thrilled to see us snooping around the mines. We can be sneaky. I'll make sure to be a good lookout. She'll never even know we were there. Look at us, going out in a caper together. I missed this. Yeah, I missed it too. Though, there is something missing. Reese. I really miss that dude. I can't believe how long it's been. Have you seen him lately? Nope. I've tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. I didn't realise it was getting so bad. That poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. Hell yeah, let's do it. See you, Oscar. We'll let you know if we're on to Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep you all posted. And an achievement. Spend some time in the library on Tuesday. Reese's home stands at the edge of the forest wall, an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness. Reese, it's Stella. I've brought some buddies too. Shh, not so loud. He's still sleeping. Can I help you with something? The woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out. Nothing strenuous, we promise. I'm not going to wake him. If he's sleeping, he probably needs it. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. Oh no, poor Reese. It's just been so long since either of us have gotten the chance to hang out with them. I'm sure he and Moki would get along super well too. Oh, I want to offer her the boiled peanuts, but I'm feeling it piss her off. We're just going for a light walk and I've heard such great things about your son. Hi, I'm Moki, Vivian's kid. Ooh. Fuck it. In for a penny, in for a peanut. You hold out your pungent bag of peanuts. Maybe you can bribe Reese's mum into letting him hang out with you. He can't eat peanuts. Well, they were for you anyway. Reese's mum turns back into the house sighing. Sorry, I know that was a little rude. You just want to hang out with Reese and he misses both of you too. He's usually feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow? We can have some supper and y'all can hang out for a bit. I don't promise that he'll be perky, but I'm sure it'll brighten his spirits to see you two again. And I suppose you can come too, Moki. That would be great. I can bring a side dish, maybe deviled eggs. Does he still eat those? No, eggs are a little much for him. They don't settle well. You can leave the cooking to me. I know what he can handle. Oh, okay, I'll bring soda then. That's not... Okay, yes, fine, you can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine. Ginger ale preferably. Oh, and leave the dog at home. She might cheer him up. You know they have those therapy dogs in hospital. No dogs. Thanks so much, Dr. Kelly. We'll stop bothering you now. See you later. Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement and quickly shuts the door. The sound of several locks clicking into place can be heard from within. God, that woman makes me so nervous. She used to be so nice when we were kids. Always had the best stickers when we went to get our shots. Maybe she's just stressed about Reese. Or maybe she's just nice to kids. Either way, I guess it's just the three of us. You gonna drive? Yeah, sorry, I don't like the thought of going up there without the van. Cool, I'll take my shortcut then. It shouldn't take long for me to get there. You're welcome to tag along, okay? Don't worry, I won't be offended if you'd rather ride with Kanika. I'm sure you're probably sick of the woods. Either way works for me. I get to choose! Why not just drive up with Kanika? Aren't the mines a bit of a ways off? Don't worry about it, Milky. There's a lot of junk in the back of my van. It gets a little tight with more than two people. I'm gonna ride with Kanika. I'm gonna ride with Kanika. See you at the mines. Kanika is a careful driver, maintaining her control even though her old van bumps around on the unpaved mountain roads. She treats the tight turns with the fear they deserve, unlike her cousin, whose mood seems to make itself known through how aggressively she speeds around the treacherous bends. Sorry about that little diversion, but I'm glad we can make plans with Reese. It's hard to get him to come out, and I don't think the isolation is good for his health, no matter what his mum says. Oh, somebody explores. Right, I want, You were pretty quick to cut in. Street smart. You were pretty quick to cut in when I asked Stella about her thing with cars. Yeah, guess I was. That's how her parents died. Car crash. She was in the car too, just some cuts and bruises. But she doesn't like cars and tries her best to stay away from them. I don't think she's ever actually going to leave this town. Holy shit, poor Stella. Yeah, just wasn't fair. She's such a sweetheart. So are her folks. Breaks my heart. So what's actually going on with Reese? Good question. I wish I knew. His mum's been saying he's sick for years, and it's not like she's wrong about it. He's been a wreck the few times I've seen him. That's rough. Yep. Oh. Can you please drive me out of town, like right now? So, do you have any plans to get out of this town? Live somewhere else? Asking the real questions, huh? Yeah, I can respect it. Yeah, this wasn't the plan. It still isn't. I was actually a couple of years into vet school, top of my class, might I add, when my dad died. My mum wasn't up for running the store, and, well, you've met Miles. I only wanted to take a semester off, help them get back on their feet. But it's been a year and change now. It's not just about my family, too. The general store? That's the general store. If it winds up going under, it's hard not to imagine the whole town collapsing with it. Maybe I'll get to go back next semester. I'd say welcome to the Dead Dads Club, but I don't actually know if my dad is dead! Oh, that's too real! Oh, it's too real! Sorry, I got a bit loud. That's too real. That was way too real. You'd be a great vet. Chase your dreams, I'm sure. No. You shouldn't wait on other people for permission to let. No, but you shouldn't, but she will. Do you really think you'll go back and finish school? She'll say no. Do you know what? She's a goth. She'll appreciate the dark humour. Right? She's a goth. She'll love the same... I'd say welcome to the Dead Dads Club, but I don't actually know if my dad is dead. You're funny. See? I knew she'd get it! Vet school? Just like Stella's mum. You know, I never really thought of it that way, but yeah, I guess you're right. You'd be a great vet. I've seen how you are with Gretchen. Ah, shucks. I was really into biology during undergrad, and growing up around Stella and her mum kinda gave me a special kind of love for animals. What's up with your brother? He's just difficult. Have you ever had someone in your life who just can't seem to get their act together no matter how much you try and help them? Yes! Sometimes it feels like I can't trust them with the smallest bit of responsibility without them leaving a mess for me to clean up. Don't get me wrong, he's family, and I love the guy, but he sure doesn't make it easy. Do you have any other theories besides what we talked about? I don't know. I don't think there's enough information yet to support any strong conclusions. Though I've been wondering if what you two saw was maybe some sort of mutated animal, like a strain of hairless monkeys or raccoons or something. Do you know about Morgan Island? It's off the coast of South Carolina, and there's a whole population of rhesus monkeys infected with herpes, like 4,000 of them. Maybe the ditchlings are some kind of alopecia research monkeys? Which sounds ridiculous now that I've said it out loud. Forget I said anything. No, I'd totally buy that. Those weird sounds, the not quite human-like, ape-like appearance. Ah, okay, good. Glad I don't sound nuts. Can you please drive me out of town? We could both just leave and go somewhere far away from here, where neither of us need to worry about ditchlings or cataclysmic events. Whoa. There's no way I'm crossing Tabitha like that. The fact that she brought you here is a big deal. She doesn't see people. She doesn't have guests. You being here has got to mean something to her. And if she found out that I was the one who drove you out of town, which she would, there's no telling what might happen. The Scarlets still hold a lot of sway in this town, even if your cousin's all that's left of them. And hey, I don't think there's a lot to worry about yet. The ditchlings are just some weird animal, right? If we just stay out the woods, I'm sure we'll be fine. You and Kanika sit in comfortable silence for the last few minutes of the ride. You and Kanika arrive at the mines before Stella. Oh, Stella's probably going to be another couple of men. Hey, how's the ride? The fuck? I'm gonna put Gretchen down for a second. Did you run here? I felt like getting a run in. Didn't want to keep you all waiting. You didn't run into any of those creatures, did you? No. No, that makes sense. They're probably nocturnal. I don't know if I should feel relieved or disappointed. But we're all here. What's the plan? I guess we go talk to people. I guess so. I should probably be on lookout, Jay. I'm a bit of a persona non grata in the mines. Tabitha? Yeah. I might have tried sneaking in to talk to her a time or two too many. And Gretchen makes it kind of extra hard to be sneaky. We're probably less likely to get caught if only one of us is snooping around there. If Stella's on lookout duty and only one of us is going in, what's the third person doing? You know those cheesy rom-coms where someone wears an earpiece on their first date? Well, do you have some kind of surveillance rig in the back of your van that I didn't know about? What? No! I have a pair of earbuds with a really good mic. We can just do a group call. I call dibs. Oh, you're good, Kanika. I've got this. Yeah. Talking to people scares me. You should do it, Kanika. I call dibs. I do love a good sneak. That's true. I do love a good sneak in games. But I also want to say to Kanika that she's good. You're good, Kanika. I've got this. Now we'll go straight smart. I call dibs. I love to do a good sneak. You're gonna do great. Kanika hands you a pair of earbuds. We can feed you questions if you get stuck, and Stella can give you a heads up if Tabitha's headed your way. I've missed doing this kind of thing with you. You're so thorough. Oh, thanks. I do my best. I guess we should part ways and start the call, yeah? Stella and Kanika break off, leaving you alone at the entrance to the mines. Your phone buzzes. Hey! Can you hear us? Try saying something. Please, thank you! There is something! I love that joke. Stella and Kanika chuckle on the other end of the line. Alright, cool. Nothing to do now but enter the worksite. I love that joke so much. You pass through the unlocked fence and enter the property of the Scarlet Hollow mine. You pass through the unlocked fence and enter the property of the Scarlet Hollow mine. Explore. I'm in. Hi, Vanguard. No. I've absolutely no idea what you're talking about, but if you want to choke your chicken, you go right ahead, mate. Alright, Morpheus, good to know. Goes approach the nearest group of miners. You approach the nearest group of miners, a blonde woman, a broad-shouldered man, and an old-timer. Their uniforms identify them as Harrison, Davis, and Zax. You got a reason to be bothering us. Hey, I'm Tabitha's cousin. The miners straighten up, suddenly very serious. Shit. Sorry, I didn't know. I thought you were maybe one of them environmentalists, or, yeah, sorry for any trouble. How can we help? Y'all can chill out, because I'm Tabitha's cousin doesn't mean I'm a snitch. Yeah, alright. Do you know anything about a guy named Wayne? Yeah, we knew him. He was such a cut-up, missed that dude. What happened to him? The miners shift for a moment, uncomfortably glancing at one another. Isn't that the guy y'all said was, He's gone. That's all that matters. Press them. What happened to him? What do you think you are, some sort of cop? Just tell me what happened! Fuck off. Hey, Zax, come on, man. No, I've been here decades longer than you, and I know bait when I see it. Let's get out of here, our shift's about to start anyway. Sorry. The miners pack up their things and leave. Well, fuck. Approach another group of miners. You head over to the next group. Before you can reach the miners, you're struck by an intense feeling. You recognise the hollow terror as the same thing you felt last night when you set eyes on that awful man in the miner's jacket. You shouldn't have come here. It's dangerous. What are you? Flesh and blood. Much like yourself. You don't have to be afraid of me. I am the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. Even if it's already too late to stop what's going to happen. What's going to happen? Before you can say another word, the figure is gone. Hey, Mocky, you still there? We've just been getting static from you. Oh, don't mind me, our new friend just stopped by to say hello. I thought I saw you talking to someone. Are you okay? Whatever he is, I don't think he's human. I hate to say it, but with how the call went to static, what if he's a ghost? Like, actually a ghost? You hate to say it? Stella, I don't think anything would make you happier than Wayne being a ghost. Also, ghosts aren't real. Hey, now, just because I want ghosts to be real doesn't mean I want this ghost harassing Moki. He said some real ominous shit to me. I am the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety, that sort of thing. The hell is that supposed to mean? Yeah, I care about your safety. This just means we're on the right track. I'm not about to back down, or I need to talk to Tabitha about this. Wayne trying to make me leave just means that we're on the right track. I'm not about to back down. Whoa, so brave. Heck yeah, we've got your back. Approach another group of miners. Hey, can we help you something? Ooh. You fellas seen anything out of the ordinary lately? Like what? Weird animal sightings? Don't tend to go on many hikes. Not exactly the nature seeing type. After a full day of work, all I see is my bed. Maybe a few beers. What about knocking in the mines? Knocking? Nah, no that I've heard. Can't hear shit down there on the machines and men working. My dad used to work these mines before they brought in the continuous miner. You know, that big machine that is. He told me stories about something that sounded like someone pounding on the walls. No offence, Isaacs, but your daddy's got a few screws loose. Rodriguez! He was a fine man. How about people getting sick? You a health inspector or something? The boss looks out for our health. What about odd noises in the woods? Oh, I heard something a few nights ago. Nothing I've ever heard, like some unearthly beast. I'm telling you, Isaac, you need to take a sick day. You need rest, man. I've already taken a sick day this year. I can't afford to take any more if I want to have Christmas off. Tabitha. It can't be that bad here, right? Thanks, that's all. Anything else? Do you know anything about a guy named Wayne? Do you mean Sam Wayne? What are you asking about him for? Wait, have you seen him? He's been following me. It's real creepy, man. Oh, thank God. Everyone thought he was dead. Now, hold on. Creepy doesn't exactly sound like Wayne, does it? How do you know it was him? That's what the folks at the general store have been calling him. Kanika and Sybil? Oh, good people, but I don't expect they'd know every mining fella in town by sight, if you catch my drift. Smith, you're losing me. I'm just saying it'd be awfully strange for Wayne to still be in town, wandering around, following some stranger, and no checking in with any of his buddies. Sounds to me like somebody who got sick of work and is having a little fun playing hooky. The following, though... Okay, yeah, that does sound a little unlike him. I thought his lady friend had him under lock and key. Just smells fishy to me. Until I see him face to face, I'm not convinced whoever is calling him Sam Wayne ain't the very reason we have decided hide nor hear him. Nah, there's no way. He's not. He can't be. I'm not ruling it out. If you want my theory, that girlfriend of his, he wasn't the first to catch her eye. Any one of her jilted ex-lovers could have seen him sneaking around and gotten a little hot under the collar, if you catch my meaning. Fuck who they talk about. The miners are silent for a moment, glancing between each other nervously as they imagine the possibility. told him not to get involved with. I told him! Who was Wayne seeing? Well, now, if you don't know, there's no way I'm poking that wasp's nest. Forget we said anything. Yeah, I don't want to be next to the chopping block. Come on, don't dangle something like that. Look, I don't want to cause any trouble, alright? Enough people are losing their jobs as is. I've got mouths to feed. Losing their jobs and in Sam Wayne's case disappearing, we've already said too much. Now come on, boys. As the miners turn and leave, you can't help but get the feeling that Isaacs has more to say. Slip Isaacs your contact info. As the miners pack their things, you scribble your phone number onto a scrap of paper. Hey, thanks for the help. It was great to meet you. You reach toward Isaacs and shake his hand, passing your note to his palm. Don't mention it. Should we check in? Just as a heads up, the only group I still see out there is pretty close to the main office. It might still be worth talking to them, but I don't know if I can give you all that much of a warning if Tabitha comes out. I'm talking to the last group of miners, and don't worry, I'll keep my eye on Tabitha's trailer. Good luck, and thanks for all the fish. Going around asking questions, huh? Stella wasn't kidding when she said these miners were dangerously close to Tabitha's office. You take in your surroundings, making note of any shadows you can melt into at the first sign of trouble. You don't look like you're for the inspector's office. What can you tell me about Sam Wayne? He's got himself into trouble, didn't he? Why? You seen him around? What's that young buck up to? What do you think he's been up to? All I know is that a certain someone got involved with somebody he shouldn't have, and no one in camp has seen him since. I figured they'd run off to live in that big mansion with his belle. Stella audibly gasps. The thought of a strapping young man like him with that sour-faced broad always left such a bad taste in my mouth. Oh my god, gross. As if you wouldn't fall on your knees if a woman showed the slight bit of interest in you. Or any woman at all. Fair enough. Are you talking about Tabitha? Yep. Dang, I figured that's what they were getting at, but it's weird to hear it out loud. You good, Stella? Yeah. I just had no idea. What do you think of Tabitha? Because I haven't asked that question yet. The two men shift uncomfortably. Not the kindliest woman I've ever met. She runs the place alright. Tell that to all the boys she's been laying off lately. Keep going around saying that and see how long till you're one of them boys. All I have to say is a mine that's doing well doesn't go around laying off its workers for no reason. I'm not so sure any of us are going to have jobs in a few years. Tate, you're a damn fool. You're going to be next if you keep up that kind of talk. So be it. But a man needs to speak his mind sometimes. Have you noticed anything strange around here? Well, all kinds of weird stuff happens in these hills. What sort of weird do you mean? You had any knocking in the mines? You asking if we've heard the Tommy knockers? Of course we have. We're old timers. All us who was here before the machine got brought in know the Tommy knockers. A nuisance. I was stealing my hammers. It's true. I had a pickaxe stolen. When you hear knocking coming from one of the old tunnels, that's enough to make a man pray. Looks like I've figured out what to do for my next video. You better no be thinking of going into those old mine shafts alone. Well, I could always use a partner in crime. I'm going to wind up down there with you, ain't I? Are people getting sick? Well, I mean, some of the older miners, sure, but I wouldn't call that unusual. Any weird animal sightings? I saw a raccoon with a big old tumour last week. Spooked me something awful. That's nature for you, it's no always pretty. Leave this place. A darkness looms heavy in the air. Can't you feel it? Ugh, I'm too bold to be going anywhere else. Scarlet Hollow's where I live and it'll be where I die, whether that's sooner or later. You know, maybe I'll cash in a few sick days. Head up to see my cousin in Asheville. Just in case. Noises through the woods. All the time! Howling, screaming, all sorts of fiendish caterwauling. Probably just screech owls and bobcats, you old coot. Might be, might not be. But I heard something the other night that sent the fear of God shivering down my spine, I tell ya. It was probably a ditchling, a portent of doom. A what now? Ditchlings? Fuck, my grandma used to tell me stories about them. Claims she saw one once and that's why she always had such bad luck. I guess it's not just my mum. That's all on that front. Sure. Thanks for your help. My pleasure. Okay. I think we've got a problem. By the time Stella finishes her sentence, you've already ducked around a corner and out of sight. Oh! I could let Tabby catch me! Ah, fuck! I could let Tabby catch me. Oh. Oh, the choices, the choices. Choices, choices, choices. I think I'd rather meet back up with Stella and Kanika. You continue back towards Stella and Kanika, moving from shadow to shadow and keeping out of sight. You're interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. Hey, I think I just saw Rosalina. Wait, really? She down here? Clearly she's doing a delinquency. She's probably fine. Kids will be kids after all. No. I'm going after her. Good idea. We'll try and catch up with you. You rush over the hill and get your bearings, the sound of active mining fading into the distance. Rosalina is nowhere to be found, but dusty footprints point toward a nearby mine. Something about the mine feels wrong, as though a cold anger lies burning inside, sucking the life from the surrounding hills. This is the site of a mass grave. She didn't. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. But the Shaw mine? That place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. And here I thought Stella was going to be the one to drag me in an abandoned coal mine. Fuck. Hey, remember all of those bad feelings I got last night? This place feels straight up cursed. I mean, like Kanika said, a lot of people died down there. There's a lot of spooky history to this place. Shit. For all we know, maybe all that death left some kind of mark down there. Okay, just because a bunch of people died in there, it doesn't mean it's cursed. Come on. I'm not about to let Rosalina get hurt in there. Even if it means I have to go underground. Whoa, are you sure, Nix? Moki and I can handle this on our own. Yeah, I'm sure. As much as I hate confined spaces, I hate the thought of other people getting trapped down there even more. Stella and Kanika disappear into the mines. Before you follow, you briefly wonder if you should let Tabitha know about this. The whispering is kind of freaking me out a wee bit, and I need to take a drink because my mouth is dry. Now, what do? I should let her know. I should call her. Because then if we get stuck down there, then someone else knows that we went down there, and if we are missing, then they know to come looking for us there. Right? Makes sense. Fuck it. You pull out your phone and dial your cousin. What is it? I'm in a meeting. A kid just snuck into Shawmine. I figured you should know. What? Are you serious? Why do things keep happening to me? Also, why do you know about this? What the hell are you doing at my mines? Whatever, I'll head over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, alright? God, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. Oh, I will happily wait. I do not want... No need to get snarky. No need to get snarky, I'll wait. Lie. I called you as a courtesy, but I'm not going to wait around for you. And I got an achievement for that. I swear to God! I'm sorry, but my mind's made up. You hang up the call. You take a deep breath and follow your new friends into the mine. The inside of the mine is warmer than you'd expected. The air is thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall, forcing you and your companions to hunch over, your legs bent in a painful squat as you begin to navigate its maze of corridors. Hey, you made it! I told you she would. For a second there, Kanika thought you were making a beeline for Tabby. Oh. No, I can't lie about this. Actually, I kinda did. I called her before coming in. You didn't. I was hoping we'd be able to get Rosalina out of here without her calling cops on her. Or us. Tabitha better not try to have us arrested for trespassing. Oh, I wouldn't worry about her calling the cops. I've snuck into the mines dozens of times and she's never called the cops on me. That's because you two have a weird thing. Pretty sure Tabitha actively hates me, and believe me, the feeling is extremely mutual. Well, what matters is the gang's all here. We'll find Rosalina in no time. Sigh. Sigh. The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Coal dust hangs in thick clouds around you, even though this place was abandoned over a century ago. Jesus, it's cramped down here. Does anyone else's chest feel tight? Yeah, abandoned mines are way more claustrophobic than people expect them to be, and this one's real bad. You know, because of the child miners, or should I say the minor miners. Kanika visibly shudders. Okay, I'm not superstitious, but if there's one way to make sure you get haunted, it's cracking jokes about dead child labourers while walking on their graves. What can I say? I do my best to tempt the spirits wherever I go. I actually snuck down here a few times to try and get some good footage. Part of my ghost hunting phase. Jesus, still, the thing you do for your viewers, did you find anything? I wish. If any place in Scarlet Hollow was actually haunted, it'd be this mine, hands down. All I got was dust in my lungs and a couple of false alarms. Stella pauses as sound rushes overhead. Oh my god, what was that? This mine's gonna collapse. We're gonna die, aren't we? Stella sighs longingly. That's just how wind sounds down here. You sound so disappointed. It just brings back memories of my last foray into these depths. Every time I thought I'd finally found a spooky ghost, there wound up being a very unghostly explanation. You know, like local wildlife, for instance. Stella turns her flashlight up towards an alcove overhead. Those guys got me real good last time I was here alone. Oh, God, there's bats! I'm gonna get rabies, aren't I? I'm gonna get rabies and die in a mind collapse.
You holding up okay, Neeks?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just a little on edge. Kanika is stopped mid-sentence by a thunderous knock echoing from deeper in the mine. Okay, what was that? That was, okay, I have no idea what that was. Did that sound like knocking to you guys?
A hateful and broken presence stirs in the deep. It doesn't want you here.
That was a warning. We have to move fast before something terrible happens here. You don't think it's Tommyknockers, do you? Okay, no, Tommyknockers are not real. They're not allowed to be real. Are you trying to give me a panic attack? I'd love to spend some extra time poking around down here. Maybe it's got something to do with the mystery. The three of you are interrupted by a second, much less distant sound of a can being popped open. Okay, now that wasn't Tommyknockers. It came from this way. Follow me. These kids are in so much trouble. Follow Stella. You and Kanika follow Stella further into the mind. Oh shit, that's a good idea, Zethus. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageways give way to a small cavern. A group of teens turn and stares at you with annoyance. The hell are you all doing in here? The hell are you doing in here, you creeps? Are you stalking us? Yeah, creeps. I just said that, Alexis. If I wanted an echo, I'd yell into the Grand Canyon. There's something terrible in this place that wants to be left alone. Get out of here before it leaves its mark on you. Tell your creepy friend to leave us alone, General Store Lady. Rosalina, your dad's worried sick about you. And if you ask me, he was right to worry. Why the hell would you think hanging out in an old mine would be a good idea? Is the Maxwell place no dangerous enough? Because no one usually comes in here, duh. Everyone knows we hang out at the Maxwell place now, so we had to find a new hideout. Which you instantly found, so I guess we have to find an even more secluded place where we can just be ourselves. I can't believe your dad sent people to follow you, Rosalina. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as harassment. You're right, Becca. It is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be. You could at least check in so he knows you're not dead. He loves you. Worries about you. He's really not asking for much. Don't you kids have school tomorrow anyways? It's fall break. And we're not kids. Yeah, we're teens. Are those canned strawberry margaritas? Where did you even get those? The teens avoid eye contact. Miles tries to melt into the cavern wall. Oh no, I know that isn't you, Miles. It had better not be you. Yeah, whatever, it's me. What are you even doing here? Becca's right. Sounds to me like you're stalking and harassing and all that. You're supposed to be minding the store. Ugh, it's not like anyone even comes in on Tuesdays, and Mum's there, so it's fine. Eyes dart uncomfortably around the cavern as Kanika tears into her brother. It's not fine. It's extremely not fine. Why do I always have to be the responsible one? Do you know what I would give to be as carefree as you? I left school so you could have a chance to live your life, and this is what you're doing with it? What would Dad think if he could see this stealing booze from the family store and dick around in an abandoned mine? Dad's dead, Kanika. But if he were here, he'd be disappointed you wound up being such a bossy jerk. Who cares if we're having canned margaritas somewhere no one's supposed to bother us? I want to slap Miles. Both y'all should cool it. There's no reason we can't all safely chill here together. Miles, don't try and twist this round with your sister. I'd love to help y'all sort this out, but can we maybe not do it in an abandoned coal mine? Can you at least do your underage drinking somewhere a little safer? No. 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 If this is all what you do for fun around here, maybe the ditchings were kind of inevitable. Nah. I don't want this one because I think Kanika's justified in her fucking anger. But so I'm going to do this because, you know, I like the girl. Miles, don't try and twist this round on your sister. You're down here drinking with kids as young as 13. That's messed up. Whatever. Hey, don't talk about us like we aren't here. Yeah, we can hear you. Good. Alexis, don't butt in. I'm trying to make a point. We're perfectly capable of taking care of ourselves. We don't need a bunch... I like this bit. We don't need a bunch of sad 20-somethings, thank you, telling us something we can hear we can't. Sorry, I messed that up. I'm 20-something, yay! I'll take it. I'll take it. We don't need a bunch of sad 20-somethings telling us where we can be or what we can do. Sad 20-somethings? Hey, I'm not sad. Where'd you get that idea? Running a clickbaity YouTube channel where you run around in the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. Anyway, my dad is actually a foreman at the continuous mining facility and he says they only abandoned this area because there wasn't enough coal left. Not because it was dangerous or anything. So we can hang out here anytime we want. Correction. Your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility.
We'll see if he even has a job tomorrow morning.
What? Oh, shit. Hey, Tabby. Kanika sighs. It's probably for the best that she's here. Do none of you understand what a boarded up mine entrance is supposed to mean? It means it's closed, condemned, not fit for human use. Oh, come on, this place is way sturdy. Check it out. The teen with the beanie jumps up and slaps a strut on the ceiling. Oh, was that the knocking we were hearing earlier? Oh my god, Zane, cut it out! Of course it's Zane. You're embarrassing us. I'm sorry for Zane's behaviour. I don't think he realises how extremely 8th grade it is to jump up and hit things. No offence, Rosalina. None taken, the other 8th graders are totally immature. Not like you, Rosalina, you're chill. And smart too. Enough! The damage is already done. Now leave. I'm tired of people in this town dragging my cousin headlong into danger. Can't believe I actually agree with Tabitha about anything, but this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life, and I would like to see the sun again before I die. Oh, come on, you guys, maybe it's not a big deal. We used to dangerous things all the time. I still do dangerous things now. Who are we to tell them where they can hang out? I don't know who you think you are in this situation, Stella, but I own this mine. It is entirely within my rights to tell them to leave. Much like it is entirely within my rights to tell you to leave. Was your lifetime ban from my mines not a clear enough message for you? Hell yeah, Tabitha, tear her to shreds. Tabitha shoots Becca a furious glare. Look, we just wanted to give Rosalina a good time. Her home life sucks right now. Yeah, tell me about where you have to sleep, Rosalina. We've been living in the library for the past couple of weeks. Dad says we can't stay at our house. They've got a hot plate and a couple cots in one of the back rooms. It's actually a pretty sick setup. No, it isn't, Zane. Rosalina deserves better. Look, I don't care about your home life. If you're going to do your underage drinking, go do it in the woods. Just get off my property. Tabitha! Look, Rosalina, I'm sure Oscar has a good reason for all that. He's a good guy and he cares about you. He thinks our house is haunted. Oh. Wait, what? And I should care because it's a bullshit excuse. I bet he couldn't afford it. Anyone is lying to you to save face. What a coward. Becca, I don't think you can, like, say that about other people's families. Isn't that, like, bullying or something? Shut up, Zane. Back up. He says it's haunted. I can't believe he didn't mention it to me. I could investigate. There's no ghost, Stella. It would be cool if there was, but Becca's right. I just wish you would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't think I can handle it, like I'm still a little kid. You're all children, and none of you realise how good you have it. Back in the day, each and every one of you would be pulling 12-hour shifts in this exact mine. If it weren't for child labour laws, the 5 of you might have some actual character. Exactly. Rosalina's not that mature anyway. She still sleeps with stuffed animals. That doesn't mean she's not mature. I still have pork chop, you know. I have stuffed animals on my bed, and I'm... I rest my case. Wait, what did you say about child labour? I'm not going to weigh in on this. This is between you and your dad, and the two of you should talk about this anywhere that isn't here. I'm not going to weigh in on this, because this is between you and your dad, and the two of you should talk about it anywhere that isn't here. Couldn't agree more. Yeah, if Rosalina's house is haunted, we should break in and, like, Ghostbuster or something. Sounds pretty rad to me. Whatever gets you delinquents out of my mind. Oh my god, Zane, you can't Ghostbust if there's no ghosts. Also, Rosalina lives there. She can't break into her own house. There's no ghost that you know of. I bet we can figure out how to bust it if it's actually real, and if it isn't real, then well, problem solved. You know, Rosalina, you could always stay over at my house until Stella goes busts your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch. Why are we talking about this like it's a thing? It's not a thing. There is no ghost. I don't care, and I can't believe I've wasted this much time trying to argue with children. I'm washing my hands of this, and I'm calling the cops. Feel free to leave before they show up. You hear that, Miles? We're leaving. I suggest the rest of you kids leave this empty mine before someone gets black lung or gets crushed by rocks or meets any one of many terrible fates people tend to meet in abandoned mines. Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. That wasn't me, I swear. Then what was it? Come on, Stella, didn't you have a whole list of perfectly natural explanations for scary mind noises? It's Tommy knockers for sure. I know this isn't why we came down here, but we've got to check it out. Stella! Nobody is going deeper into the mine. No one is staying in the mine. You're all leaving. Look, these kids clearly have no respect for Kanika's authority, and Becca would do anything for Tabitha's approval short of actually listening to her. And in this unfortunate cocktail of personalities, the tremors echoing around you are the perfect distraction. There is no way they are not making a break for it while the adults are fighting. Turn around and catch them in the act. You turn to see Becca and Alexis gone, and Rosalina anxiously hovering in front of a small tunnel in the cavern wall. She freezes as she locks eyes with your sharp gaze. Stop arguing and knuckle hesitating to slip away. I'm not sure you've thought this through, Rosalina. Do you want to pretend you weren't about to go into a hole? Street smart. I know someone who died in a mine just like this, Rosalina. It was right after she crawled into a tiny hole that she couldn't get out of. I hear she was stuck down there for days before it was over. Silently glare at her. Ooh, I am torn between the lie and the silent glare. I'm going to do the silent glare, actually. You can sense that you've already won this battle of wills. You don't need to say anything. Sorry, guys, I'm going to hang back. Ugh. I knew you weren't cool enough to hang out with us, Rosalina. Come on, Alexis, we'll have more fun without her. Oh, alright. Are you... kidding me? Rosalina, what were you thinking? What were they thinking? I don't know. I'm so sorry. Unbelievable. Wow, Kanika, maybe if you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you would have noticed them sneak off. I noticed them sneak off, and like I've been zoning out the whole time we've been here. Ugh. I must have squeezed through that child-sized tunnel. Yeah. Dang, I've always wondered where that goes. I've never been able to get these hips through there. You don't look that big. Stella, stop sneaking into my mines. Please, I'm literally begging you. If only all the tunnels down here were wide enough for adults, we could already be done with this little mess, but no, there just have to be the remnants from a bygone era. Did you just talk about how child labour was the good old days a minute ago? I was trying to get you to leave my mine. Becca shouts back from the other end of the tunnel. We are not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. I've been here 1,000,000 times. Yeah, if Becca says we're safe, then we're totally safe. Also, sorry, Rosalina. I'll see you tomorrow. Whatever. Come on, Alexis. I know a cool spot this way. Okay. I think I know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. I'll go look for them, and I want each and every one of you to take note of the fact that I'm doing that. If those idiots get themselves lost and die, I am not letting their family sue me into the ground. Are those really your priorities right now? Yeah. Do you have a problem with that? I want the rest of you out of my mine. Except for you, Moki. Shit. I'm not letting you out of my sight. Yeah, sure, I can never fit in that tunnel anyways. They've crossed a barrier that I cannot, so my time here is up. But only because Stella promised me a ghost hunt tomorrow. Whatever. I still have to do my dailies anyway, and the service sucks down here. What about you, girl? Are you sure you don't want me to come along? Maybe I could help you get Becca and Alexis to leave. Don't make me ask you twice. Technically, you're not asking, you're demanding. Anyway, they'll be fine, Rosalina. I think your dad would kill me if we let you stay down here any longer. Okay, can I at least wait outside? Yeah, we can wait outside together. No, you are not about to weasel your way into this, Stella. Oh, come on, Tabby. I've been down here a ton. I can totally help out. Tabitha sighs. Ugh. There's no getting rid of you, is there? Fine, I won't waste my time arguing. We could all just leave. Do I have to come with you? What's the point? Don't listen. No, Tabitha, don't push Stella away like that. She hasn't done anything to deserve it. I am not getting in the middle of this. There's no way around it. It isn't just this kid. Something is calling it. I have to do the mystical.
There's no way around it. It isn't just those kids. Something is calling out to us from down below.
Noted. Let's not linger any longer. That's not easy. Let's not linger any longer than we have to, shall we? Want me to take Gretchen with me? I don't know if it'll be easier to cover more ground without her. Yeah. That's probably for the best. I don't want a repeat of last night, and who knows if we'll have to do any climbing. I'll see you on the other side. Hopefully soon. For sure. We won't be long. Stella! Cool. Can't wait to bust some ghosts tomorrow. Tell Alexis I'm sorry. Kanika, Miles, Zane, and Rosalina head towards the entrance of the mines, leaving you, Tabitha, and Stella to find the remaining teens. Alright, no dawdling. We should be able to catch up with them if we go this way. You and Stella exchange a glance as Tabitha ventures forward. As the three of you move deeper into the mine, you hear echoes of conversation bounce across the walls.
Becca, why are we doing this again? I thought you thought Tabitha was like really cool. Why are you trying to get her all mad? We're doing this because Tabitha's really cool. She doesn't let anyone boss her around, so we can't just let her boss us around. Aw, you hear that, Tabby? Someone thinks you're cool. I can't believe she used to hang out with a nobody like Stella. Hey. I don't know. I think Stella's kind of cool. I like that River Runner video. Oh, come on. She doesn't even have a sponsor. What kind of a YouTuber doesn't have a sponsor? Ouch! I mean, not yet, but I'm in talks with Meat Rice. And I make plenty from ads and donations. How does it feel to have a teen girl think you're cool, Tabitha? Dying still on Meat Rice? That's a big deal. Oh man, I wish there were Gusman. I'm glad they're not Gus. Press on. No, Tabitha. How does it feel to have a teen girl think you're cool, Tabitha? I feel nothing about it. The opinions of children don't interest me. I don't know, you kinda hesitated there. You're reading into things that aren't there, Stella. Just because your livelihood revolves around what people think of you doesn't mean that I care what people think of me. Congratulations on your sponsor, though. You do care! Dang, Stella, Meat Rice, that's a big deal. They're like on every big podcast. Thank you. Yeah, it feels like a really big step for the channel. I just wish Becca hadn't said all those things she said tonight. She's just mean. For a public figure, I'm surprised you don't have thicker skin. Have to. I've seen YouTube comments. They're vicious. Agreed. You never struck me as someone who let other people's opinions bother you. If you did, I wouldn't have to try so hard to keep you off my property. I know you don't mean it. Agree to disagree. Just glad they're not gossiping about me. Yeah, I know they're just teens, but some of that stuff stung. Another knock, closer, interrupts your thoughts, followed by another, followed by another. Is it just me, or is that knocking coming from the same direction as those kids? It's not just you. I really don't like that knocking. Calm down, Alexis, it's just mind sounds. Did you see that? It was just the shadow. There's no reason to get freaked out. Becca, I swear, I saw something. Shut up, there's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me. Are we sure the tunnel they went through is going to meet back up with us? If they're the ones doing the knocking, what if this is... Nah, I need to go up. Are we sure the tunnel they went through is going to meet back up with us? Yes, I'm familiar with all the old maps of this place. There should be a central chamber not too far from here where everything joins back up. What if they're the ones doing the knocking? What if all of this is just a terrible prank? And we as gullible victims? No way. You heard how loud that was. There's no way they're doing this. It's Tommyknockers, I'm sure of it. It's not Tommyknockers. That being said, it's definitely not a prank. It's probably just falling rocks falling somewhere deeper in the mine, which is also bad for obvious reasons. And you coming down here was a bad idea. Those kids are going to die and then we're going to die too. Nobody is going to die unless you start panicking. Get a grip of yourself. We're getting closer. Let's keep moving. As you progress deeper into the mine, the knocking grows more frequent. It's still distant, but it's much louder than before. The tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the echoes of terrified teens, their panicked arguing bouncing down the pitch-black corridors. The pit radiates rage, a white, hot anger. Oh, it hates you. But at the heart of it, you can sense something else. The quiet hum of a darker presence. The heart calls to you, desperate to be witnessed.
Becca, we need to leave. This isn't fun anymore.
This is plenty fun.
But you're only saying that because you want to hang out with that dorky Chris of yours. She's just an 8th grader. Becca, this isn't about Rosalina. I know you can hear that knocking. And here we are. The tunnel they crawled through passes through the chamber below, and it sounds like they're still down there. I've never been this far in. Congratulations, Stella. You got what you wanted.
Tabitha crawls up to the ladder and disappears over its edge.
Alright, let's do this.
Stella hoists herself over the edge and begins the climb down. Follow them down into the pit. You walk to the ladder and climb down.
Hey kids. Oh, great, the adults are here. Thanks, Alexis, real nice. Becca, is needing to feel like you're better than other people so important that it's worth dying over? Last chance to not become an after school special. Do you have a death wish, Becca? Because we can take Alexis with us and leave you here. That's fine by me. Alexis, Becca isn't going to stop kicking around and fight back. You don't need to say anything. Becca already lost control of the situation. Oh, I kinda want to do...
You see, I'm a blasphemer who likes pineapple on my pizza, so I have pineapple, mushrooms and shrimp with béarnaise sauce. It's a godly combo. Okay, I was willing to accept the pineapple. And I love mushrooms. But shrimp and béarnaise sauce on a pizza? Sethis. That is... I can't find the word for what that is, but that is something. Béarnaise sauce is very common in Sweden. Okay, fair. That is fair. That is a very fair thing to say. And I'm just not a fan of shrimp. I was with you up until you said shrimp. I like pineapple on pizza. Like pineapple with ham, the sweet and the salty goes really well together, and I think I'm losing track of myself because I'm actually hungry. Do you have a death wish, Becca? Because we can take Alexis with us and leave you here. That's fine with me. I quite like the answer. You can't just do that. That's child abuse. Alexis, you're not going to leave me down here alone, right? I think we should leave with the adults. Stop being literal children, and maybe your parents won't need to find out that any of this happened. Tabitha's covering her own arse here. She doesn't want anyone to know about tonight's adventure.
Whatever. It's not cool to be down here anymore, not with the olds around.
I'd kill to go a little deeper right now, Giggy, but I guess we should count our wins and set a good example. As Becca and Alexis move towards the ladder, the black chamber before you draws your focus. The voices around you, those of the teens and your companions, sound odd, distant. There is something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. You don't hear it. Oh, but you can feel it in your chest. A desperate need to perceive and be perceived. Wrap yourself in the darkness of the pit.
Hey, are you alright, Moki?
Bear witness.
What do you think you're doing? Get away from there!
Your cousin dives towards you. Not before the light illuminates the rest of that sentence before I can read it. You said we wouldn't use this shipment. You know it's compromised.
We couldn't afford to wait on you, wood, Charles. We had to go ahead with it. It's still sturdy enough. It'll get the job done. Moki, Tabby, are you alright? Oh, thank God you're alive. It looked like you had a seizure or something, and then you and Tabby just conked out. I'm fine. You can barely open your eyes. You're not fine. Neither of you move a muscle. I don't want you straining yourselves while you're still recovering from whatever that was. I'm getting the kids out of here, and then I'm going to get you both some help. I'll be back soon. Promise. Don't die on me, alright? You fade back out of consciousness as your companion clambers out of the pit, intent on your rescue. You raise up on your elbows, head still swimming from the visions, your surroundings coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. God, that knocking is not helping my headache. What the hell just happened? Both of us were shown the dark truth of this place. The sins that were committed, the deaths that followed. There's gotta be fumes or something down here. It's an old mine. These places are death traps. We probably just hallucinated. Are you literally gaslighting me? I said I saw it too. Stop being weird. We're leaving. The entire cavern shakes with the sound of rockfall. I don't know what the hell is up with this knocking, but that is the sound of a mine collapse. Quick, up that ladder. Climb like hell! This way, come on! Your cousin moves with the kind of swiftness you expect from someone who's spent her entire working life in and around coal mines. Follow her. You push your body to move as quickly as it can, though you're slowed down by the cramped corridors and winding passageways of the mine. Then comes the sound of splintering wood. You pick up the pace. The entrance is so close. Push through. And there it is. Freedom. You and Tabitha manage to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. I got an achievement for stopping Rosalina from slipping off into the mines. Holy shit, you're okay? God! Everyone's accounted for. That was a surprisingly close call. We could have all died in there. What did you weirdos do? Everything was fine until you adults showed up. Becca, shut up. What? What did you just say to me? I said you should shut up. I'm sick of your two-faced bullshit. They didn't always get us killed there. You did. And now you're trying to pass it off on whoever else you can. It's just the cherry on top of the whole shit show of a friendship. I'm really not in a good headspace for this conversation. I could have died in there. Why are you doing this to me? No, enough. No playing the victim this time. Being friends with Rosalina has made me realise how horrible you are to me. Friends aren't supposed to be mean to each other. Friends shouldn't be scared of each other. I never wanted to go in the stupid mine. It was your idea, and we could have died. If these grown-ups hadn't shown up, we'd get buried alive in that stupid little tunnel drinking stupid strawberry margaritas in a can. Screw all of you. Should we go after her? No. Let her have her little tantrum. Did that feel good, Alexis? Finally telling her off? Yeah, I guess. Oh, she's gonna be so mad at me. Probably won't talk to me for a week. Maybe a month. Maybe the rest of my life. It's okay, Alexis. We don't need her. What do we do now? Now, I drive you two home. I've already texted your parents and I'm sure they're worried sick about you. Rosalina and Alexis duck off to the side as an exhausted Tabitha approaches your group. I'm going to go get my car and then we're going home.
Tabby. Tabitha leaves towards the active mine without another word, and you're afforded a quiet moment to catch up with Stella and Kanika. We sure dodged a bullet down there, didn't we? Yeah, thank God you noticed them sneaking off. No, I'm not saying that because she went to get help. There was a stone carving on the wall of that pit. It gave me some sort of vision. I saw what happened to this place. The Scarlets caused the old collapse. Charles Shaw was set up. No way, Did was a monster. I mean, the Scarlets were monsters too. They still are. What am I saying? Visions aren't real. Visions can't be real. That would be magic. I don't know, Nix. You went down there. Loki and Tabby had like simultaneous seizures next to a creepy stone carving. It was like something out of a movie. I'm sure I saw something like the shadows of dead miners. I'm sure Tabitha and I saw some ghosts. Everything that happened down there centred around that main chamber. Where I saw that carving. Stella showed me a photo. Weird stuff. Maybe you weren't entirely off base about the cult stuff you mentioned earlier, but this thing felt old. I'm pretty sure Tabitha and I saw some ghosts down there. Did you not see them? They were right behind Stella just before you all left. Wow, no, I didn't see anything other than you and that carving. That's super weird. I don't want to talk about what you experienced. I'm getting tired. I don't want to doubt what you experienced, but you were deep in a dark abandoned coal mine. You might have just been primed to see things. You know, now that I think about it, that totally fits the profile for some of the Toppyknocker stories. What if they're actual, bona fide ghosts? Stella! What happens now? It looks like Tabitha's back. I'd better drive these kids home. Come on, let's get back to the estate. It's been a long day and I need it to be over. I'll see you tomorrow, okay, Moki? Please stop trying to get my cousin killed, Stella. Come on, let's go. Tabitha starts walking to her car, pulling you by your arm. I'll text you when we're back. See you tomorrow, guys. I'll text you when we're back. I can walk to the car on my own. You can silent phone. I'll text you when we're back. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You try to keep an eye on the surrounding wilderness as she drives, wary of what may lurk behind the tree line. So you lied about Wayne. Not only did you know him, but I've heard you were seeing him. I'm really not in the mood to field your baseless accusations. Not after tonight. I'm doing terribly, by the way, in case you wanted to know. Oh, there are more questions. I don't appreciate being dragged off like that. I might ask that if I get a chance later. Why do you treat Stella like that? Didn't you two used to be friends? It was a different time in my life. I just wish you get that we're not in high school anymore. I'm a different person than whoever she thinks she knows. You and Kanika really don't see me get along. She pushes my buttons. Is there some kind of history there? Oh, I like her. Is there some kind of history there or... No. Now quit talking, I need to focus on the road. I want to tell you I like her. How are you holding up? I've been better. I'm doing terribly, by the way, in case you wanted to know. Yeah, me too. Quite focused on the road though. At least everyone's okay.
There are a lot of parents who should have kept tighter rein on their kids. I never got into any trouble like this when I was a teen, and I have Pearl Ann to thank for it. Hated it at the time, but their strictness paid off. What am I telling you this for? Whoa, are we bonding? You can tell me stuff. I'd like to know more about you. And about Pearl Ann, for that matter. Maybe later this week. I don't have the energy to get into it right now, but I think I'd like that. Oh, can I go back? You remain silent. I've got to focus on the road. I don't appreciate being dragged off like that. It's been a long day, Moki. Are you really going to make a fuss about me bringing you back to the estate? Don't answer that question. Don't have the energy to get into it. Sorry about today. It's fine. I left the apology for the end because that's just who I am. Your eyes wander back to the tree line as you and Tabitha sink back into silence. You once again cross the threshold into the estate, the musty stench of the decaying mansion greeting you with its undertones of mildew and wood rot. Well, this day was a lot more stressful than it needed to be, but at least nobody got hurt. I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same. Thanks for calling me about the kids, though. It was unexpected. You could have... No, you should have waited for me. I'm too tired to argue. I'll see you in the morning. Tabitha turns and makes her way up the stairs. You head up to your room to turn in. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely even notice the dust. Your phone buzzes on the table. Yo, these are those things, right? Kanika sends a picture of a pair of ditchlings by the side of the road. I saw them again too. Another picture, this time of them staring from a tree. What the fuck? These things are definitely not hairless monkeys or raccoons or whatever. I don't know what the hell they are. I guess there's more to them being here than the mine collapse. Oh, no way am I sleeping tonight. You think about looking out the guest room window, but at this point you're too exhausted to leave your bed. The adrenaline from this evening is finally wearing off, replaced by a creeping exhaustion that threatens to overwhelm you. Your limbs feel heavy, your eyelids slipping down over your eyes, even as you stare down at the ominous pictures on your phone. If it weren't for the pit of dread bawling in your stomach, you would almost feel comfortable as you settle in between the covers, your tired bones sinking into the decrepit mattress. When you close your eyes, you see the shadowy figures that gathered behind Stella in the mines. Your thoughts are drawn to the carving on the wall and to the visions it imparted upon you. Your eyes shoot back open, your heart pounding as the door to your room swings open. Just the cat. It's always just the cat. It's nice to see another living being, even one as unfriendly as Tabitha's cat. The comfort of her presence sets your mind at ease, and you finally slip into a deep sleep. this is the end of episode 2. Episode 3 awaits. Proceed if you dare. Now, that was good. I enjoyed that. We have a decision to make. I say we. Me/you. I could possibly, after a couple minute break for a vape and a drink and whatnot, I could possibly be talked into doing the next episode now. Or I could leave it for tomorrow. Could possibly be talked, because it's about 2 hours, right? They're about 2 hours an episode. Oh, this was almost 3 hours. Fuck me. Okay, so. Oh, I'm already sorry, then, Zethus. I do need ice, but oh, my dinner's being made for me. I can smell it cooking. I do need ice, and now I have ice. Ranter votes to leave it for tomorrow. You're going to be eating yourself soon anyway. It may be an idea to leave it for tomorrow. I may even be convinced to come back later and do another stream, but I don't know. We shall see. Do you know what? No. Ranter, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I just got so invested in the story and I didn't want to stop, but you're right. You're right. Okay. So, that was episode 2. We are down. We are going to go back to this screen. Hang on. Oh, that's a bit of a different vibe music-wise. Right. Thank you very much to everybody that joined me for today. I'm really enjoying this. I didn't get this far the last time I played these games, so I'm actually really invested and really enjoying it. Zizu, shh. So, until tomorrow, take care of yourselves. I'm on Discord for anybody that wants me. And if anybody doesn't want me, then I can't help you. Take care of yourselves. I'm Offski. Have a good night.